Hey, what's cracky lucky? How you all doing? So today we're drafting the basic bodice pattern, front and back. And to start, we take our vertical measurements first, and then the horizontal measurement. Vertical measurement is always a reference to put in the horizontal measurement. You need your tape measure, your pencil. I'm going to use my marker pen later on. My curved ruler. If you don't have one at this point, it's fine. My straight ruler, and of course the measurement I'm working with. I'm going to set aside the stationaries and talk about the measurement for a second. Okay, now for our shoulder, we always divide by 2, and every other measurement we divide by 4. I'll say that again. Our shoulder measurement is always divided by 2, and every other measurement on the bodice is divided by 4. All right, so for this basic pattern, we're working with the neck depth, the neck width, our shoulder measurement, our bust measurement, and our waist measurement. All right, this pattern is very basic, so I won't confuse you at all. So let us get straight into the drafting. I'll put that aside so that I can see my measurements and just follow me. So tape measure at the top, which is called the apex. Now the vertical measurement is referred to as the center front, which is always on fold. So I take 3 inches depth, standard, and then 10 inches for my bust point. And then I go down by 16 inches for my waist point. 16 is standard. It works for most people, okay? Horizontally, back at the apex, I take my neck width at 3 inches, again standard. Still at that point, I take my shoulder measurement at 7 because 14 divided by 2 is 7. All right? Now, where I marked my bust point, I need to take the shoulder measurement on that measurement, on the bust area, because I want to get my chest line. Now, an easy way to get your chest line is to go up by 1 inch from your bust point. Okay? Go up by 1 inch. That is an easy way to do it. Otherwise, as you go and advance in your journey, there are calculations to getting your chest line, okay, just so that you can get your armhole curve. All right, but a cheat's way to get the chest line measurement is to go up by 1 inch, which I've done, and then I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement on my chest line so that I can square it out, which is what I'm doing. Okay, now back at the shoulder, our shoulders are not straight. They're a bit slanty or dropped. So we go down by 1 inch and then connect it to the neck width. All right, which is what I'm doing. Connect that to the neck width, and that gives us our shoulder slope or our shoulder drop. On the chest line, right, I'm going to rule it out just so that I make it visible for you to see. And the bust line, I make that one visible as well. Now I want to mark my bust measurement, which is always on the chest line. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. I mark it on the chest line and the bust line because we now want to get our bust measurement. Now, on the waistline, 24 divided by 4 is 6, which I've marked. And I'm just ruling it out just so that we can see it more clearly. That is it, the waist measurement. And I'm going to connect all the dots, like so. There we go. We're nearly done. This is very simple. On the shoulder area, that straight line, we need to get our armhole curve. So 2 ways. Either put your tape measure and fold it in half, because we need to get the mid area, the midpoint of that line, or whatever measurement you get, mentally calculate it, divide it by 2. From that point, go in by 1/2 inch and connect the dots. You see what I'm doing now. Connect the dots like so. This is where we need our our curved ruler. Like I said, if you don't have a curved ruler, that's fine. You can do this with your free hand as long as you are able to get a curve, or use any round object like a plate in your house. That will work as well. All right, so the armhole is done. You can see how beautiful that is. Now we want to get our darts. So like I said, we're using standard measurements. Your dart you can use between 3 to 4 inches, but so for this pattern I'm using 4 inches. I'm working with 4 inches. Normally you would divide your bust pan into 2 to get your dart, but standard 4. On the waistline, mark 4. On the bust line, mark 4. And then connect a straight line. Connect a straight line from the bust point to the waist line. And there you go. That is our dart. Now we want to get the dart legs. So on the left and right of the straight line, mark 0.5. This is standard, or this is very basic. On the left and right, 0.5, 0.5, and then connect to the bust point. And we have our dart legs. Like I've done. There you go. The dart leg, or the darts, now achieved. And now back at the top, we're connecting the neck width and the neck depth together. Remember, neck width and neck depth, standard measurement 3 by 3. We connect that together to give us a curve. And here you go. Front pattern is ready. Very simple. Watch this a few more times. You will get it. It's very easy. Very, very easy. And we're going to use this as a template to draft the back. Okay, so to do this, there are 3 ways. You either draft from the scratch using your measurements, or you get your pattern paper and place it on top of the front pattern and trace out, which is what I'll be doing. Life is simple, so I try to do things the simple way. Third method is to use a tracing wheel. I do not want to confuse you at this point. I will do that in another video. But today we're tracing. I can see all my marking. So what you're going to do to get the back, move your pattern paper, okay, inward by at least 0.5, because we need to get a zipper. There is a zipper at the back. So that is the difference between the front and back. The zipper and the neck depth. So I'm going to move my pattern paper inward by 0.5. For my zipper allowance, you can do 1 inch, at most 1.5. Okay. So I'm going to draw my zipper allowance, which now becomes the center back. All right. So that is what I'm marking out now. 0.5. I rule out a straight line, and that becomes my center back, because that is where I'm going to put in my zip. Okay, this is very easy. This is super easy. Trust me on this. It is very easy. You can do it. You can do this. On the neck, that is another difference. The width is always constant. Do not change the width. It stays at 3. The depth, you either make it higher or you drop it lower, depending on how exposed or how covered you want the back. So for the back pattern, I'm just going to drop it by 1 inch. Okay, so for the back, I'm doing 3 by 1. In front, it is 3 by 3, okay? Because this is very basic. So I mark the curve, and that is the back neckline drawn. And now I can trace out all my markings because I can see it. So you can see this is very easy. Just trace it out. Trace everything out using your free hand or your rulers, whichever one you're comfortable with, okay? It's very easy. Honestly, you can do this. In the next video, I will show you how to use the tracing wheel. That is another quick way of doing these things if you don't want to go marking and drafting all over again, okay? So I'm going to trace out the dart legs as well for the back pattern. The back measurement, the back pattern is very easy to draft, even if you were to draft from the scratch, because you are working with fewer measurements, just the neck, the shoulder, the bust, and the waist. You're not doing anything fancy at the back, okay, most of the time. So that is the back pattern done. I'm labeling chest line, bust line, and the waistline, okay? And I label the zipper area as well, just so that I know. And of course, please remember to label your patterns front and back so you don't get confused. You shouldn't be confused because the back pattern is slightly bigger because it has the zipper allowance. So you will know. You can easily tell the front from the back. Back is always slightly bigger. And here we are, front and back pattern. All done. Very quick and easy. Thank you so much for sticking by and watching this video. I hope it helps. And I will come by around to show you another simple tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.